Through the Third Eye. Book 1 of the Third Eye Trilogy. Chapter 8. Bug Attack, Palo Alto, California. Late on the evening of their return to California, Clay called Shali.
Hey, are you settled in?
Yeah, why?
I'll be right over.
What?
Don't say anything. I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'll tell you when I get there.
He was at Shali's townhouse in 10 minutes. When she came to the door, he put his index finger to his lips and said,
Shish.
He motioned her to come outside with him, to the parking lot.
Ok, so what's the big secret, Sherlock?
Bugs. I found 3 bugs in my apartment.
So get some bug spray.
No, not insect bugs, surveillance bugs. Listening bugs.
Shali's face went blank. She looked back at the door of her townhouse, then back at Clay. She pointed a finger at her door, with a questioning look.
I suspect so. I brought my sweeping equipment. Let's go check it out, but don't say anything.
They returned to her apartment, and Clay quietly swept the entire premises. They also found 3 listening devices in her townhouse. Clay removed and disabled all 3 devices, then put them in a bag with the 3 from his condo. The next morning they met for a working lunch of Chinese takeout at Clay's now bug-free condo-turned-office. As the smell of Kung Pao chicken filled the room, Clay opened the discussion with an air of sensitivity.
How are you feeling?
Looking concerned, Shali responded.
I'm okay. It's a good thing you are so paranoid.
Smiling, Clay said,
Blame it on my past. Army intelligence makes you like that.
Shali narrowed her eyes to a sharp focus and raised the intensity of her voice.
But I would like to know who in hell planted those things in our places while we were gone. More importantly, what are they after, and what do they want to know about us? I feel violated.
She paused, and when she spoke again, it was with a lighter tone.
I mean, how long have those bugs been planted in my townhouse? Were they listening in on my bedroom the last time I had wild party sex?
Clay smiled as he threw a punch at her.
Nah. The perps were probably in elementary school when that happened.
Shali rolled her eyes with annoyance. Clay sensed her concern and replied in a more comforting and consolatory tone.
They obviously want to know what we are doing, or what we are digging into.
It has to be related to our search for the secrets.
No doubt. We touched a nerve somewhere. Although, we've been pretty quiet about what we are looking for, whatever it is. On the other hand, our regression targets know we are regressing into past lives. Any one of them could have mentioned something to a friend or associate, or a priest in confession. The word must have gotten around, and now we've got somebody interested in our doings.
Shali walked over to the window and stared out at the hills in the distance.
I'm concerned. The guy who broke into the hotel in Jordan, he was not just a thief. And now why plant bugs? Why not just rob our places? There are so many open ends. We know the secrets have been hidden for thousands of years, but by whom and who are they hiding it from? I'm worried now. There's a connection between the crook in Jordan and these bugs in our places.
I don't know, madam. Don't fret too much just yet. Although we have to make sure we are careful about what we do with our data and what we say to whom. This morning, I checked out the devices with a friend who is still in intelligence. He said the bugs are very current technology, not top government grade but good stuff. Damn sophisticated.
Turning back to Clay from the window, Shali's tone lightened even more.
Just make sure you bring your bug sweepers everywhere we go. First, we have some guy rifling through our hotel in Jordan, and now somebody is snooping on our homes. Let's go back to work. So, did you get anything else this morning?
Clay nodded his acknowledgement and paused.
I kept digging for the Welshman named Tommy Evans and found him. I've already got our next target lined up. I searched all the castles in Wales, looking for any possible connection to a holy chalice or grail. 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒's soul said the castle was connected to the holy chalice, so I figured it could be a reference to the Holy Grail.
The corner of Shali's mouth turned up mischievously.
But isn't this going to shoot a hole in the Da Vinci Code theory on a blood offspring of Jesus Christ? I mean, are we back to looking for a wine cup or a human bloodline instead of hidden secrets?
There are plenty of myths to go around. There were stories that King Arthur had supposedly acquired the Holy Grail, the cup, which had worked its way to Britain from the Middle East. He allegedly hid the chalice in one of his castles in the Wales. Most of these legends connected the Grail to a castle on the west shore of Wales, but 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒's guide referred to a castle in the south. The only castle in the south of Wales connected to the Grail was 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒 Castle. However, that connection was only because the British spoof movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail was filmed in the ruins of 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒.
Come on, Clay, there is no way 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒's guide would lead us to a place based on some Looney Tune British movie.
Don't sell it short. If the soul that is now Tommy Evans has worked at and around 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒 Castle much of his adult life, the Holy Grail has to be a prominent thought on his mind. Those thoughts would carry back with the soul to their guide, wouldn't it? And the guide in Jordan could be one of Tommy's guides. After all, we're not looking for the Holy Grail. We're looking for the soul of the guy associated with that castle, which had some association with the Grail. A spoof movie is an association.
All right, I get your point, but it is a little hard to accept.
Clay smiled.
Yeah, after a couple of phone calls to Wales this morning, I made contact with our 51-year-old Thomas Evans. He is a town councillor in 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒 and works for the Welsh Historic Division. Now get this, Evans is the curator of 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒 Castle.
After a bite of fried rice, he continued.
Tommy seems like a jovial guy, so it was easy to build a rapport. He was open to trying something different like hypnosis, particularly when I offered to pay him for his time. But he openly told me that he thinks I am a wacko.
If only our regression targets were this easy to find and get a commitment.
Right on. We lucked out on this one. I told him we'd be there in about a week. Will you be ready?
Shali nodded.
My bills are paid, so I'm ready anytime. Tell me when you want to go and I'll book the trip. I should be able to finish transcribing and translating 𝐂𝐇𝐈𝐒's regression before we go. I haven't found anything new in the transcription so far this morning.
End of Chapter 8.